Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are so excited to have you here with us tonight for the world premiere of Sherlock Holmes and the Sinister Trio by Brit Ward, based on the characters created by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. This is an original script by Farmington resident, and is also the first show of Theater Ensemble Arts' 24th season. The inaugural production in the Connie Gotsch Theater, which is newly renovated and is a beautiful facility. I'd like to thank the Connie Gotsch Arts Foundation and also Savon College for their very generous support of this production. And I know that Connie, who was a very talented photographer, author, had great musical knowledge, and was a huge supporter of the arts in our community. In fact, was a founding member of Theater Ensemble Arts, would be so excited tonight that this show is an original script by a local resident. Please turn off your cell phones or silence them. No flash photography and no videotaping. And I want to thank you for coming out tonight and supporting the arts. Sit back and enjoy the show.
Are you going to join us?
I'm here on account of old friends, Mother, not for a parlour game.
Parlour games? Did you hear that, Rupert?
You wound us, dear Daphne.
This evening, we peer into the beyond, taking a peek into the unknown.
Jacob, what are you wearing?
Shh, unsettling the mood.
Unsettling the mood?
Yes, for we need mood and atmosphere and a certain kind of theatrics if we are to summon spirit from the great beyond.
The great beyond?
You know, Jacob, there was a time when you take this much more seriously.
I am taking this seriously. Observe. This evening, we call to the wandering spirits. This evening, we call to those who are lost to grace us with your ethereal presence and eternal wisdom. Tonight, we gather to invoke those that are not here with us, that they may be able to join us.
What the eruption, man?
Quite all right.
I can't seem to locate your other guests or Eve.
Thank you, Thomas. I'm sure they'll be along shortly.
Would you like me to keep trying, huh?
No, Thomas, you must stay and witness my summoner's prowess as I call out to the wandering spirits. Now, friends of the triumvirate.
Triumvirate?
Annie,
I'm sorry.
as I was saying, friends of the triumvirate herself, we gather to invoke those beyond death's curtain. I offer the triumvirate's prayer. In the beginning there was not one but three, the moon, the sun, and the earth. And the earth was not one but three, the sea, the sky, and the land. And the men upon the land were not one but three, the sea, soul. Only death is one, as only death is absolute. Strange.
Do carry on.
Dear spirits, we humbly implore you to show yourselves, cross over into our world. Spirits, we ask that you... Manifest yourselves in whatever visage you may, using what energy is available to you.
That is odd,
It's nothing.
I suppose.
Dear spirits from every... All right, what's going on?
You told me this place had a reputation. I just didn't believe you. Nor should you.
Is this why Amos isn't here, Rupert? What are you two planning?
I do not know where Amos is.
Annie, where's Gilbert?
I don't know. Good heavens, persistent, aren't they?
I can't tell what it is.
Maybe Edith's playing tricks on us. Maybe it's actual spirits.
Who's doing this? Announce yourself!
Amos!
What was that?
Amos! Pinker! Murdered!
I knew it. Come off it, Amos. Game is up. Come out and show us how you're doing this.
Murderer!
If this is Amos!
What's going on?
Thomas, get the lights back on. Can you find the matchbox?
On it, pal. I'm trying. I keep losing my flame.
I'll help you, Thomas.
The door won't budge. I think we're trapped. Did you hear that?
You what?
Someone just went past me.
Oh, damn it!
Rupert, are you all right?
Man, I think I have it.
Oh, Amos, good Lord!
Daphne, what on earth are you doing?
Trying to rid some of this damn stain.
If you'll allow me,
Thomas, you are not solely responsible for every stain in this house. I'm perfectly capable.
and what would your mother say?
My mother, for all her talk about women's entrance into academia, for all her fights about not living to the tired standards of corrupt institutions, she's still married to some outdated traditions, and that's her greatest shortcoming.
Traditions and standards are important. I'm a throw in the butt.
You know, mother,
Is that so?
you're a cousin, or an uncle perhaps, long lost but dear to me.
Yeah.
Whatever you are, your family. I'll have none of this servant talk.
Well, I appreciate the sentiment, man, but I must insist.
You'll insist on nothing. For the rest of the day, I shall call you my friend, in front of my mother, and we'll just see how she takes it.
We'll be thrown out, and I haven't retired just yet.
You shall retire here, free from these traditions you and my mother so love. I'll take care of you, mother, and the sin.
You're cut from the very same cloth as your mother.
I hope not the very same.
As with her, there's no argument with you, Mom.
There never has been.
Are we all down yet?
No, mother.
Eve, I can handle myself.
I'm included with everyone, so here I am.
You're doting.
I'm not.
I promise you, Rupert, Amos and I never had that meeting.
I'm not accusing you of anything, but
I get it, old friend.
Good, we're almost all here.
Has there been any word yet, Helen?
Are we still trapped here?
Nothing as of yet, but as I understand it, the Chief Inspector shall be paying us a visit today. And you and Annie are going to have to stay for a while longer.
Damn.
But you're welcome to stay in your rooms, as the inn must remain closed during the investigation.
We appreciate it.
Now, you all know why I've called you here.
Amos.
And everything about him. Now, I know what we witnessed was strange.
I still can't believe it. I don't think the police believed it either.
Nevertheless, the process is out of our hands, and what has happened is now known.
What are we to do, Mother?
My advice to everyone is to let this play out. Because I firmly believe that whoever is responsible for Amos's death will be brought to justice.
Inspector? Inspector Lestrade,
Welcome back, Chief Inspector.
Yes. Well, as you know, the investigation is underway into the murder of Amos Pinker.
Any news on my family and I can leave?
Please, Mr. Stewart, let me finish. The investigation is underway. We have no suspect yet, but we would like to speak to your brother.
Gilbert? You said you don't have a suspect. He's not...
We have questions.
Is that all you've come here to say?
Well, no. You see, owing to time and labor considerations, we're a bit behind.
What does that mean?
We're reaching out to get outside help. He's sort of an acquired taste. I certainly don't care for him.
Then why hire him?
His results are, well, they speak for themselves.
Well, who is he?
I swear they do that on purpose. Allow me. Dr. Watson, where is...
He's right behind me. I must warn you, he's in a mood.
What sort of mood? Sulking on the violin or the sort who insults my intelligence every chance he gets?
Both, and his forge.
Damn it. You're late. I thought you were just behind me.
We were, and then we weren't. Tell me, Inspector, how many crimes am I supposed to solve for you this day?
Just the one.
Then how is it that we stumbled across a painfully obvious scene of struggle just a few miles from this location?
What do you want about?
A tannery just a bit further into the proper outskirts of London.
That would be Paul Miller's tannery.
Ah, yes, well, Paul Miller. He is missing, clearly taken against his will.
Paul, how terrible.
How do you come to this?
Lestrade, your imbecility's only reward is the look upon your face when I humiliate you with the simplest of my observations. To start with the most obvious, upon arriving at the tannery, none of the foul odours which usually drive a tannery onto the outskirts of town were present, not with any recency. Lingering, yes, but it's clear that Mr. Miller has not been working for quite some time.
I wouldn't jump to conclusions, Holmes. This could mean anything.
Do let me finish. As I was saying, if you explore his nearby home, you will find he kept a neat home, not because he was a tidy man, but because he was devoted to his work. His home was not so much neat as it was practically untouched.
And you know he's missing from this?
Of course not. In his workshop, 3 bottles of tannin, or bark extract, had been spilled over. Now, for any tanner worth his trade, this chemical is invaluable and necessary for the proper aging of leathers. Not only was it strange that these were spilled over and not seen to, multiple tanning racks had been knocked down. And pieces of rawhide had been started for the process, but otherwise left unfinished. Something a tanner would never do. And, as if to seal the ordeal, the poor soul had left his teeth behind.
His teeth.
Wooden teeth with straw, false teeth. I seriously doubt he just stumbled out his front door, absent-mindedly forgetting his teeth. Obviously, there was a struggle, and this man is the victim of an abduction.
Fine. I'll file a report. I have to ask, were you been listening when I briefed you earlier?
Yes. Mr. Amos Pinker was found murdered here at the Prince Freeman Inn, found by these people, ostensibly his friends, there on that couch. After what was, if your description proves accurate, a séance. I see a bit of the blood still there on the couch, and the inn is to remain closed for the duration of this investigation, or until such time it is deemed safe to reopen. Did I get everything?
Basically.
I even read your poorly written report.
Any more insights, Holmes?
Yes, you bore me. And that you ever became chief inspector is the greatest mystery of all.
Perhaps I shall introduce you to everyone here.
Yes, please do.
This is Helen Gentry.
She and her husband built this inn. She now operates it.
You've already stepped up on me.
It says as much on the sign outside, Miss Coffin.
This is Eve and Daphne, Helen's daughters.
It's a pleasure. Who is this man, Chief Inspector?
As I said, an acquired taste.
Ha! You've already spoken of me. I'm flattered.
This is Rupert Blackwell, friend of the Gentry family, studied a long time under Helen's late husband, and a friend of the victim. Isn't that correct?
You have the general make of it, yes.
Fascinating. This is Jacob and Annie Stewart. They're from the States. Annie has a brother named Gilbert, who you would take particular interest in speaking. Sherlock, are you bloody listening?
Yes, Jacob and Annie Stewart, Americans. Younger brother called Gilbert. Missing. Please, do finish.
I have.
No, you haven't, you incompetent toad. Your name, sir?
Thomas, sir?
And Thomas, you are the butler?
Yes, sir. I'm training for my daughter to take over for me, shadow tired.
And your daughter's name?
Emma Shaw.
Very good, thank you, Thomas. Now, it would seem you are done.
Quite.
Shall we get started?
Are you sure about this? This man is...
An idiot! Where did you dig this fellow up?
Jacob, is it? From Boston. You hide your accent well, but I can hear just a hint of it teasing at those rotics.
That's amazing.
Hardly.
Nice suit. Fine detail. You have money? No. You come from money. Your voice carries that defensiveness that all singular, spoiled children have and can never seem to outgrow. But there is a crispness to your voice. You are American, but you studied abroad. That, I assume, is how you met and befriended the Gentrys.
Mr. Gentry was one of Jacob's mentors.
Enough of this.
And tell me, that tattoo that you have on your left arm, the 3 small black circles. Rupert had the same tattoo on the same arm. Now, I only caught a glimpse of yours, Helen, but would I be correct in thinking that yours matches theirs?
More innocent and frivolous times.
Meaning?
Meaning alcohol and friends make lasting marks, detective.
Is that why so many of your books here bear that mark?
It was just a club at university.
So, members of the club bear this symbol.
Obviously. Don't be... It was just a symbol.
Pythagoras and numerical theory. Tell me, were members of this club enamored with numbers?
That was part of it.
And marked as they are these books members of your club?
Helen!
Perhaps we should get on with this. We have a party this evening here at the inn in honor of Amos. Friends from university will be here. I would like to be at my best for my guests.
Very well, then may I suggest we start interviews immediately. I shall require one with each of you. Except for you, Lestrade, your services are no longer required.
Just don't do anything to embarrass the force.
Worry not. When have I ever drawn negative attention?
We shall do our best, Chief Inspector.
I have my doubts about this.
As do I. We're stuck here while this investigator determines our fates. That is unacceptable.
If you should have concerns, reach out to your consulate. Otherwise, I'll attend to my other duties. But I'll be checking in, Holmes.
I long for the day. I shall be with you all in a moment. Watson? I need you to go to the Public Records Office for me.
What am I looking for?
Documentation on the construction of this inn. At the least, there should be a bill of sale for the land, possibly even documentation on the construction itself. After that, I will need you to go to Scotland Yard.
And get the findings on Amos Pinker's body.
Right as always, dear Watson.
Don't be too rough on these poor people.
Watson, it's me.
I know.
So, who shall start?
That should do it.
Nice day out. Bit chilly.
Yes, sir.
Very nice, but like I said, a bit of a chill in there.
You did say, sir.
It would be a shame to have to wait in the cold, which I did, which was unfortunate.
I'm sure it was, sir. You really should come inside when it's cold out.
Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. The thing is, well, see, I was expecting something, and she didn't show.
Perhaps she had a good reason, sir.
I thought so too, but I've just learned that's not the case.
What makes you say that?
Because I've seen to the contrary.
Oh, perhaps you should see with more than your eyes and think with more than mere impulse.
I don't know what that means.
Naturally. Did you know a dead man was there just a few hours ago? Should I show you the bloodstain?
No, that's all right.
Where the hell have you been?
I was just...
In the city? Is that what you were going to say?
It's true.
Doesn't matter if it's true, Gilbert. You know what's going on here, don't you?
I do.
That there's an investigation, right?
Well, obviously.
Do you know what happens when there's a murder and someone is mysteriously absent when it happens?
I'm not a suspect, you know?
Hard to tell, but I know the police want to talk to you.
I can't believe this.
There's your problem. That's always your problem. You don't think. You just jump without a single thought.
Hey, look, I have done nothing bad. I've been on good behavior, and I sure as hell didn't murder you.
I'm not the one you need to talk to about that. You have a history of bad decisions, a long one.
Way to stick with family.
You don't get to turn this on me. I was there for you when others weren't. When you had nothing, no money, no home. When you were in trouble, I stood up for you. Not our parents, no one else. It was me.
I know that.
Then show me you do. I suffered with you. I trust you. I believe you. I know you like no one else. Big sisters look after little brothers, and I'll always do that. But others, finally gonna see your bad side.
What do I do?
Tell me where you've been for a start.
I can't.
Gilbert!
Look, I can't. I promise. You can.
How can you say something like that and expect me to keep trusting you?
I don't think we should trust him at all.
Jacob!
Had enough fun?
Jake, look, I wasn't trying to cause problems.
Oh, you weren't. An old acquaintance of mine is dead. Murdered, in fact. Any one of us here could be the suspect, but boy, did the police have their eye on you. And you, Gilbert, you had the good sense to disappear without a word, without a trace.
It was an honest mistake.
I don't trust you with the responsibility of honesty.
You're never gonna let up, are you?
No, I'm not. Because I see right through you. You're a good-for-nothing kid who doesn't appreciate what he has and ruins everything he touches.
Jacob, that's enough.
You might have made us all look guilty.
You don't get to talk to me like that.
I'll talk to you in whatever manner I see fit.
Oh, yeah? You want to see what I can tell?
Nothing would delight me more.
Both of you, that's enough.
Am I interrupting a family meeting?
This day just keeps getting worse and worse.
We were just...
Fighting! Yes, I heard.
Who is this?
Oh, please. You don't know anything about what you just saw or heard. You can't just look at us and tell what's going on.
Of course I can. You see, young Gilbert here was waiting outside for a rather long time on what is a fairly cold day. When he did come inside, he spoke with the maid, Emma Shaw, during which she insulted him and then walked away.
Insulted? Why?
Then you walked in and admonished him for not having been here. Understandable given his tumultuous past. However, if I may, I do not detect the scent of a beverage or other such consumable upon him.
See? This man knows I've been on up and up, whoever he is.
And judging by the slight tremble of his hand, such a mild withdrawal, it's been years since you've had any, what is it, morphine? No shame, friend. I know it's cold myself.
No. You said it yourself. I was in the cold.
Yes, but you came in smiling and warm after hours waiting in the cold for her. You, young man, are in love.
What? In love?
What is he talking about?
Please, sir, I beg you, don't say anything.
She is a delightful young woman, though she does seem a touch upset with you. I would see to an apology sooner rather than later.
You need to tell us what's going on.
Look, it would ruin everything for her. Understand it? It would ruin her life.
You stand a chance of being the prime suspect in this investigation. An alibi would serve you well.
I would rather go to prison for her than ruin her life.
Of course you would. They say fools rush in where angels fear to tread, but love-blind idiots would happily leap off rooftops for no reason whatsoever.
That is the strangest thing anyone has ever said to me in my life.
If you'll excuse us, Gilbert and I will be having a conversation.
I suppose I will see to that.
You're answering the door?
Yes.
Good Lord, tell me you haven't scared everyone off.
Of course not. I've only asked some questions and possibly started a fight between siblings.
Oh, I suppose it could be worse.
And what did you discover?
Body or end first?
Amos Pinker's body.
Death by laceration to the major arteries in the throat. Although it appeared he was poisoned beforehand.
They found poison?
Yes, I think likely to subdue him, but it didn't work entirely. He struggled at the end. Made the wound much messier.
And the weapon?
Likely a rock.
And given the blood on the couch,
You have a sense of the crime yet?
Not yet. So they were having their seance.
As was thought.
The lights went out and there was a commotion.
Oh, in addition to the rattling walls and disembodied voices?
Yes. Thomas was trying to strike a match to bring back the lights, but he couldn't get the flame to stay. Rupert was struck in the eye, but he isn't sure how or by whom.
People moving in the panic?
Possibly. Daphne said she had moved away from the couch to help Thomas before the lights went out. And given the amount of blood that had been here, Amos must have had his throat slashed right on the couch.
Here, in front of everyone. Given the loss of blood and the fact he'd have already been poisoned,
They thought he was dead already, and the poor soul still had a chance.
Oh, it was all done rather quickly then.
Yes. Right, well, on to the inn. What did you find out?
Public Records Office had the name of the architect. I tracked him down.
Here in London, I hope?
Yes, unfortunately he had passed on. I spoke with his son.
Yes, and?
He didn't have any specifics on the location, but he did recall that his father had some frustrations at the request the Gentry's made when they had the inn built. Although apparently they paid well.
Ah, of course they did.
What does that mean?
We will come to that. For my part, everybody said the same thing about the seance. They said mostly the same thing about Blackwell, or about Pinker, that Blackwell had known him from their university days. But Rupert, he seemed distant.
People cope differently.
True, but when I asked him about the strange occurrences, he said he didn't know what to believe, but he seemed annoyed that Jacob dismissed the possibility so quickly. Anyway, what did you find out about the tattoo?
Oh, the symbol, the 3 circles?
That very one.
Amos Pinker had that tattoo.
Very good.
Mother?
I can handle myself.
Yes, but
If you're going to tell me that I shouldn't be up and about, I shall say that I heard you the first 3 times.
here I am saying it again.
I should like to represent my inn.
Even I can handle it.
Please, Mother, Daphne's correct. Let us deal with...
We only require a conversation with your mother, nothing more strenuous than that.
Nothing more strenuous than that. Have you listened to yourself speak? You never stop. It's a challenge to keep up with your appetite.
She's got a point.
I am thorough in my investigations, if that's what you mean.
Are you? You spend much time with some of us, almost no time with others.
Some had more to offer than others.
I don't know about this reputation Lestrade refers to, but as far as I'm concerned, you're a madman, blindly stumbling your way through your job. How many innocent people are in prison because of you?
None, in point of fact.
Daphne, that's enough. Mr. Holmes is here to do a job, and I would like to do my part in finding whoever is responsible for killing Amos.
Will you ask me to run the day-to-day operation?
So I'm useless now.
Mother, I didn't say that.
I know, I'm old, I'm vain. That's it, isn't it?
Please don't be difficult, Mother.
If I may offer, your daughters are more than welcome to stay for our interview. I'm sure you have nothing to hide from them.
Of course not.
And I even promise to make it quick, owing to the lateness of the day and the fact that I put you through so much already.
You're a fraud. I know you are. You put my mother in harm's way, and there's nowhere I won't hunt you.
But what a thrilling hunt that would be.
Don't let him intimidate her.
You're leaving.
Can't be around him.
When you're ready, Mr. Holmes.
You have run this inn for quite some time.
Yes, I have.
And before that,
Well, my husband was a professor.
and that is how you met Jacob and Rupert.
Yes.
And this inn, it's not just your business, it is your home as well.
It has been since construction was completed.
Tell me about that shed out front that seems in a bit of disrepair.
I work in that shed.
Yes, you all have a very forthcoming manner. You're not afraid to do the hard work.
My daughters were raised to do for themselves, even where society limits opportunities.
A valuable lesson. And I see that here and around the inn you have quite the collection.
From around the world.
Mother and father used to travel. Jacob and Rupert followed in their footsteps, finding these items everywhere.
Very good. And what is this triumvirate?
Oh, just as Jacob said, just a club. In fact, the people coming here tonight are all old members of the club.
And Amos, he was a member of this club as well.
Of course, tonight we honor our fallen brother. He may have had his differences with people, but he was one of ours, and Rupert one of his dearest friends.
Very good. Then on that note, I have no further questions for you.
That's all.
I am finished for today.
But you asked us so many more questions.
I have all I need for now.
I should like to get ready for my dinner party.
I'll come with you, Mother.
You are done.
Of course not. Look around you, Watson.
Sure.
Traveling around the world, they say. But what do all these decorations, these pieces have in common?
Variety.
Huh. They are all damaged. Each and every one. Some minor, some more so.
What does that mean?
This inn operates on hardly a patron. Even before the murder, before the forced closure, hardly a guest set foot through that door. Only enthusiasts seeking out haunted spaces would stay here, based on its reputation.
Enthusiasts chasing spirits?
Is that really so hard to believe? There is an entire club of them meeting here tonight.
What about the damaged art?
It's the art that they couldn't sell.
They're selling art?
Yes, if not illegally, then certainly without ethical considerations.
Black market art dealing. So the inn is affronted.
I wouldn't be so sure, but I'm not certain what this inn is for yet. What purpose it serves.
So it's a front for black market art dealing. They were going to do something with it afterwards.
Yes, the gentries must have passed their business on to Jacob and Rupert. And possibly Amos.
Possibly.
Yes. Not sure. We'll have to do some more digging. I feel like I'm being dragged along, like they're only showing me what they wanted me to see. Like the way Helen spoke about everyone having difficulties with Amos. Not something you would typically say about the recently deceased.
This gentry would like to know if we should make room for the two of you to chop some dinner tonight.
Yes, Thomas, we would be delighted to stay for the party.
Of course. I shall inform our host.
Not sure I like your enthusiasm.
Oh, come, Watson. Let us do some social engineering.
Great.
were remarkably well behaved.
Why, thank you, Watson.
On the other, this triumvirate.
Fascinating, aren't they?
Fascinating. Frightening.
Are they really so bad?
Did you hear that creed they all chanted?
Yes. In the beginning there was not one but three. The sun, the moon, and the earth. And the earth was not one but three. It was the sky, the sea, and the land. And the men upon the land were not one but three. They were mind, body, and soul. But only death is one, for only death is absolute.
How very cheerful.
And enlightening. Numbers, Watson.
Oh, that book you discovered when we first arrived.
Several of their books, all dedicated to Pythagoras and numerical theory.
Other than the obvious, I see no connection.
What was Pythagoras famous for?
He discovered the principles of mathematics and those of music and astronomy.
Yes, but that was just the surface of Pythagoras the man and the religious movement that he inspired.
Religious movement?
Yes, Watson, an entire religion dedicated to numbers, their meaning, their significance in the world. And, like all religions, this movement split off into several others.
And what we witnessed tonight was one of those offshoots.
Exactly.
And what does that mean?
I'm not sure. The triumvirate seems to be in touch with two numbers.
1 and 3.
Yes. 1, because it represents death, and is therefore absolute. 3, because it represents this world, and therefore life. But together, the two numbers represent the greatest of powers.
Although there's nothing more absolute than death.
Yes. But I should like to know more. I feel that there is something significant here. Like, as forthcoming as the party guests were, I do not feel that our proper hosts were as forthcoming about this religion of theirs.
And that makes you suspicious?
It does. But, for now, the question is not really about the triumvirate.
You killed Amos Pinker.
Exactly.
So who did?
Well, we have our American friends. Stewart. Yes. Jacob Stewart and Annie Stewart, née Franklin. Jacob knew Amos from university, but...
Yes, I knew Amos from old days. I didn't talk to him much. He usually kept to himself. I rarely interacted with him. Even so, it's sad he passed.
We know they want friends. And Annie...
I came on this trip because I was interested in my husband's little adventures. I know the spirit stuff is nonsense, but it's fun. Or, at least I thought it was. After that night, I'm not certain. I feel sorry for Rupert. I've only just come to know him, but I know he was closer to Pinker than anyone else here. I know they didn't always get along, but it's a real shame he passed.
That leads me to think there was some animosity.
Animosity?
Animosity between Stewart and Pinker.
What makes you say that?
The different way that Jacob and Annie spoke about Pinker.
I rarely interacted with him.
I know they didn't always get along.
Annie's honesty and Jacob's distancing. There was more than a simple disagreement between them. And Annie, she let something slip later in the evening about Amos, but...
Amos canceled the meeting with me.
Not just the meeting. Something else I overlooked before. Annie, she reacted. There's something she's hiding, some piece of information. It's not just that she knew they didn't get along. She knows exactly what it is between them.
Do you have something?
Not yet. I need more. There was a moment earlier tonight during the party.
Yes.
Rupert Blackwell.
Oh, you mean when when he started shouting.
I mean that exactly. Everyone was talking.
There's no need for us to
Of course there is. You're learning from Dad.
Your drawing attention to us isn't a good idea.
I'm sorry, I hope you noticed.
We'll talk about this now.
I cannot take this. Because I was lied to!
Rupert brought the party to a standstill. But I need more detail.
Amos canceled the meeting with me.
I know.
Rupert doesn't believe me, but I need to get out of here.
We can go back to the room.
I tried talking to Helen about this, but everything's wrong. Everything feels wrong.
I don't know. I think you should be celebrating.
I'm not happy he's dead, darling.
Well, maybe I am.
What are you saying?
After what he tried to do to you, to us,
It was criminal.
and evil. He deserved this, and you should not feel bad.
I'm not happy he's dead, darling, but I don't...
Because I was lied to!
What was Pinker up to?
Are you all right, Mother?
You're doting.
I apologize.
You're learning from Daphne.
My sister is a force. It's difficult not to learn from her.
That's not such a bad thing, I suppose. I must say, I am proud of you.
Why?
You've come such a long way. Thomas, go to the study and retrieve the lockbox. You may have seen it before.
Wooden, red, with gold edges.
Very good, Thomas.
Right away, Mom.
A lunchbox.
Yes, there's a book inside of it. I think you'll
Because I was lied to!
I must find this book. Book.
Nice party. Very nice. You do realize this is a party.
So,
Just seems weird that you're cleaning.
are you serious?
And you're doing a great job.
Your drawing attention to us isn't a good idea.
I'm sorry. I hope you know that.
Mr. Pinker saw us.
I know. Threatened us.
How do you think this will look?
I don't know.
We can't talk about this now.
When? Because you know how I feel about you, how I thought you felt about me.
Gilbert, we can't talk
Because
about
I was lied to!
Someone else had found out about the two of you before I did. Amos Pinker, naturally.
You're going to have to start filling me in soon, Holmes.
We'll get there soon, old boy.
There's no need to be so upset, Rupert.
Of course there is.
Then let it out after the party.
Look at them, filthy hypocrites, paying lip service to a man that they hated.
What is wrong with you?
The artifice. We're supposed to mean something.
Mean something?
This is all for nothing.
Rupert, you and Jacob have always been older brothers to us. It kills me to see you like this. Please, speak your mind.
Your sister saw them.
What?
He told me the meeting was cancelled.
What are you talking about?
I cannot take this.
Why are you so angry?
Because I was lied to!
Jacob and Amos were supposed to meet, but this meeting never happened. Jacob told Rupert it was because Amos cancelled, but they did speak, and Eve saw it happen.
And what was this meeting about?
I can only assume about their business practices.
Ah, the arguing.
Yes. And Pinker had found out about Gilbert and Ellen.
The maid.
Yes, he discovered their relationship, and it became another point of leverage over the Stuarts. Look what their brother is doing with their help. But what was Pinker after?
Money?
Most likely, but I need to spread my thoughts out. Let's go back to the night of the murder.
The seance.
Yes. Pinker, drugged, about to die. He was easy to lead out here, being drugged, but survival instincts have a way of showing us strength that we didn't know we had. Could it have been him that struck Rupert in the eye, even by accident? And what of Gilbert? Could he have done this? Willing to go to prison for Emma?
He
Willing to kill?
doesn't seem the sort.
No, he doesn't. But Is Jacob the sort?
Ah, he is quick to anger.
Yes. Jacob was invited here by old friends years after he had been married. So it had been quite some time since he'd seen Rupert or the Gentrys. Now, Jacob had left the business, but Amos was blackmailing him, either to keep him out or to get money he thought was his.
And so Jacob killed him.
He was in the room, but how did he get Amos in here? How did he put out the lights or do the voice?
He didn't act alone.
No, he didn't.
So Jacob and Gilbert acting together.
I don't like it. The animosity between them earlier was genuine. Gilbert and Jacob collaborating on this just doesn't work.
So where does that leave us?
Helen mentioned a lockbox and a book inside. I must see this book.
And where is this lockbox?
She said it was in the study, but I wager by now it's in her quarters.
Helen?
Yes.
Well, I guess I
Must get this book.
You can't be serious.
I am far better at sneaking than you.
It's not the ability to sneak that I'm worried about. It's the getting caught.
I won't get caught.
You often get caught.
That is an overstatement.
You get caught often enough that it is a point of concern to me.
And why is this important?
What are you going to say if you get caught?
Pardon me, I hope your sleep has been pleasant.
Oh, Mitch.
And what would you say?
Oh, good evening. It's just Dr. John Watson. I was checking to see if you're well.
Damn. The doctor, eh?
It has its uses.
Fine, I shall stay here and wait.
And stay out of trouble while you wait.
Ha! You're the one sneaking into an old woman's room.
I know!
Lovely. Oh, you're still up.
And you're here.
Yes,
What are you doing?
getting some fresh air.
Inside.
I enjoy architecture.
This hour.
Late night strolls are when the uncanny parts of the mind are most alert.
I see. Well, I figure you can see yourself out whenever you're finished doing whatever it is you're doing.
Tell me, do you know of the stories of this inn? Its reputation?
Then it's haunted.
Yes. Do you believe it?
Not for a moment. My parents built this inn, detective. It has neither the age nor the history to carry the weight of spirits.
So you don't believe it's possible?
I didn't say that.
And did Jacob hate Amos Pinker?
That's not for me to say.
It is important for me to get into every corner.
Jacob isn't a murderer.
I didn't say he was, but why is it that you are the first one not to immediately rush to tell me that Jacob and Amos didn't get along?
I couldn't tell you.
And what do you know of the triumvirate?
I'm going to bed, Sherlock Holmes.
Your sister witnessed a meeting between Amos and Jacob just before Amos's death. What do you know of that?
You don't quit, do you?
Not by choice.
Why? You're not the police.
Happily.
So, what is this for you?
A hobby.
I don't buy it. No one is this distant from others.
Distant?
You don't connect with people.
And what should I connect with them?
Your emotions, your faith, your trust, your love.
Why on earth would I do that?
No one can live without human connection.
I assure you, I am the most authentic person you shall ever meet.
Not likely.
People on the whole put on a show. I, however, come into every situation as myself, without apology. I do not linger after a meeting wondering if I spoke too much or followed all the civil niceties. My imprint on society is not so gross.
You must be an absolute delight with friends and family.
You know nothing about me.
What's there to know? You're a bitter, cynical, worldly man.
And there, dear Daphne, you reveal yourself. You think you've made some clever observation about me, but you are in good company. A long line of others have said similar words, my own brother included. However, you do not see people. You paint upon them the colors that you wish, so that way you are absolved from the responsibility of treating them as a normal person.
That's not fair.
My thoughts on people are based on pure observation, free of the taint of expectation. I may not connect with people in the way that you think I should, but I assure you, what I do, I am very good at it.
This is absurd.
Tell me, Daphne, does it bother you that I can look into your eyes and see every bit of emotion welling up inside? The anger, the resentment, the mother who spends more time with boys that aren't hers.
I love Rupert and Jacob.
Yes, you love them, but you resent them, just as you resent your mother. And here she thinks she's doing you a favor, grooming you to take over her dream. But you don't want that, do you?
That's none of your concern.
From the moment I entered this case, every detail you have to offer is of my concern. And I will pore over each of these details until I've determined which one of you killed Amos Pinker.
How do you know it's one of us?
Call it a hunch.
Or impossible.
I have some unfortunate news.
I was just leaving.
What did you do?
Nothing.
You can't help yourself, can you?
I can't defend my own honor.
Maybe not at 3 in the morning.
What was your unfortunate news?
The lockbox.
Already open?
Yes, and
Empty?
empty.
Of course.
Of course. Did you manage to learn anything from Daphne?
Yes.
And?
Oh, she rather hates me.
I don't think that's terribly useful right now.
Oh, great. This night keeps getting worse and worse.
Just ignore them.
Yes, ignore us.
Look at me, Jacob. Please, talk to me.
Where is your brother off to now?
I don't know.
This is getting out of hand. We can't talk with them in the room.
Oh, why not? Impeccable timing, dear boy.
Just the person I wanted to see.
Again?
Yes, again. You're making yourself, your sister, and me look guilty, disappearing the way you do.
I did disappear.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Where were you then?
I was here.
Doing what? Let me guess. Spending time with this new love.
I can't say.
Where is she?
So, Gilbert, since you are here,
You stay out of this.
I haven't had a chance to speak with Gilbert yet.
And you can wait until I am finished.
Honestly, I would take the detective over this right now.
Let's calm down, start this over, and discuss it from the beginning.
If she's even real, maybe tell us who she is.
Yes, why not tell us?
You have it all figured out, don't you?
What, Gilbert's love? Yes, yes, I do.
Detective, no, please, I beg you, do not say anything.
Perhaps if we were to speak with him,
That gets us nowhere.
let us reason with him. We need information as it pertains to the case. Perhaps we can convince him to be a little more open, that the consequences of revelation might not be as dire as expected.
Maybe you should listen on this one, Jacob.
We have no interest in ruining lives. It's merely in catching a killer.
And disproving some of the supernatural claims which have been made while we're at it.
Young Franklin.
That's my name.
Is this your first time visiting England? Do you travel a lot? Emma seems lovely. Did he know about the two of you? Amos Speaker, that is. And did he threaten you?
Sort of.
Explain.
He comes. Look, he told us he had some plans, and we needed to keep our mouths shut because he could make bad things happen.
That sounds like a threat.
Well, he said he was going to force me to help get rid of Jacob. It sounded like he was planning on killing Jacob.
Perhaps just getting him out of the business. Why didn't you talk to your sister about this?
I thought about it, but I can't. I went back to Emma. She never trusted me. Apparently, not a lot of people did. We agreed to stay quiet. We didn't know he was going to die.
Did you kill him?
No, of course not.
Not even for Emma.
It wasn't like that.
Wait, that as shocked as anyone!
Then let me ask you.
I didn't kill him either. I didn't like him, I didn't trust him, but I didn't kill him.
Why didn't either of you speak to anyone after he died?
Because he would hurt us.
Who?
Amos Speaker.
But he's dead.
Don't mock me. You know what happened that night.
I know what people claim happened. And you weren't even there.
You don't see what I see.
What do you see?
Ever since my father asked me to take over for him, he's been training me, and I see things around the inn. I'll catch glimpses of people disappearing around corners, but when I investigate, they're gone. Especially in this room. Something about it terrifies me. I've often seen people or movement when there was nothing.
A trick of the light.
I swear I see people. And the sounds in the walls, shuffling, scratching, I hear it all the time. I know that they heard that was the voice of Amos Pinker, and he means us harm.
What if I were to promise you that Amos Pinker would not harm you as long as we are here?
How can you promise that?
Because I do not believe what you are experiencing is beyond rational explanation.
How do you know?
Trust me, it never is. I just need you to answer some questions. Can you do that for me?
I can try.
Have you noticed anything strange about the gentries of late? Have they behaved any differently than they normally do?
I shouldn't speak about the family in such a manner. My father told me...
Your father, he's the reason you have not revealed your relationship, isn't he? He would disapprove?
Yes.
You're not betraying your family, you're helping solve a murder.
Well, before Gilbert, Annie, and Jacob arrived, there was a fight. But it wasn't the gentries. It was between Amos and Rupert.
Amos and Rupert? And what were they fighting about?
I don't know, I didn't catch all of it, but it sounded like Rupert was disappointed in Amos.
Disappointed. Interesting. Anything else?
I sometimes hear noises from the shed outside.
What kind of noises?
It sounds like there's a person inside.
I know Eve works in that shed.
But I see when she walks outside, no one should be in there.
Very good.
What's our next move?
Next, we should search the inn and the surrounding grounds, especially that shed.
Well, we should probably get some rest first. We've been
Jacob! Where the hell are you doing? Get out here!
Rupert, calm down!
No, I will not!
Rupert, listen to Mother.
Oh, good. You're going to want to hear this, detective.
Are we celebrating something?
I'll solve your case for you.
What are you shouting about?
How dare you!
Rupert, that's enough! You don't know it's him!
Of course I do. Who else could it be?
What are you talking about?
You're finished, you hear me?
Helen, what's going on?
He's decided that you're the...
I've decided nothing. Come on, tell the truth. Friend, you killed him. You killed my friend Amos, didn't you?
Stop it!
her out of this.
You lied to me.
I did not.
Perhaps we can help sort this out?
We don't need your help.
Why not let the detective do his work? At least he's a neutral party here.
Yes, please, tell me how this started. You're talking about the meeting between Amos and Jacob, yes?
Yes, he told me it was canceled by Amos.
It was.
He saw the two of you together.
That wasn't a meeting.
She said you were arguing.
He was being unkind is all.
Oh, come on, Jacob. Just tell it the way it is.
That's not a good idea.
If you are concerned, I already know how you make your money. You sell art, possibly illegal.
No, never illegal.
But you do push boundaries.
Yes, but I haven't in a long time. In fact, I quit the business when I met Annie. But Amos, he threatened me.
How so?
He told me that if I didn't pay him for all the back pay he was owed, he was going to go to the police. And he was going to make it look like it was illegal trading and that I masterminded it.
Doesn't make your friend sound too good, does it, Luca?
So you killed him.
No, I did not.
I've been thinking about it all day. It makes sense, really. You killed him. And then, well, you staged all of this. The only thing I can't figure out is who helped you.
Nobody helped me because I didn't do it.
This is not over!
We should call him.
No, that's not a good idea.
I'll go after him.
Are you sure, Jacob? He's being unreasonable.
I need to do this. I can't watch our friendship evaporate like this.
I don't think that's wise.
Nobody asked you.
Thomas, follow him. Make sure he and Rupert come back in without too much struggle.
Right away, Mum.
Oh, this night! What a disaster! Eve, can I ask you to check the inn and the rest of the grounds?
Right away. Well, look, we need to get you to bed.
Please, do not lecture me, Daphne!
I'll walk you to your room. Be here when I come back down, Detective.
I will.
And you too, Dr. Watson.
You don't think Jacob really could have done this, do you?
None of this feels right.
If I might make a recommendation, perhaps you should get some rest.
I suppose. I hope they can make amends out there. I'll see myself to bed.
And I'll help you. We need to tell you something.
What's on your mind?
I love the precision of logic and observable fact. But instinct is just as important as a tool. And right now, my instinct screams at me that danger is not far from us.
We're not far from dawn.
Then I propose that we break and resume after a bit of recuperation.
That would be best.
I've made it known how I feel about you, Detective. Yet, it's clear that my own family has demons to exercise. I've never seen Rupert and Jacob like this.
I don't know them like you do, but something does feel strange about this.
Exactly. After all these years, something's wrong, and it isn't just Amos.
I agree.
I don't mind for a moment that Jacob killed Amos.
Neither do I. These were not discoveries hidden away. These were details laid out as if gifts. It's too simple.
Huh. And you've never had an appetite for the simple.
What can we do?
Well, even as I defend Jacob, you must accept that he or someone else you care for may very well have been responsible for the death of Amos Pinker. Individuals are complex, and the frightening thing about evil is the ease by which any of us may do it.
But the idea is right.
Oh, I don't know what happened. I lost sight of him quickly. Mr. Blackwell's dead.
Rupert!
On fire. I swear, I don't know what happened.
Were you attacked?
I couldn't see her.
Captain, could I ask you to bring Annie down?
Right away.
Reaper Blackwell joins Amos Speaker in dead.
And that is the voice from before, I assume.
The same.
Thomas, check the door. Locked, sir. I suspected as much.
What's that?
Something's burning.
Only death is one, and only one has absolute power.
What is that?
That is the symbol of the triumvirate.
Is there anything I can get for you, Mom?
No, Thomas. Nothing.
If that changes, let me know.
Yes. I know how to find it.
Good.
Thomas, give me much your friendship over society for one moment. You're my mother.
I'm so sorry, Daphne.
My brothers, Thomas. They always have been. And now one is longing together. I can't believe this. I can't accept it.
I know that, Mom.
I hate letting anyone see me like this.
I know that too.
It feels wrong. I feel helpless.
Daphne.
I hate that I cannot fix this.
It seemed like only yesterday, moments ago, that you were riding upon my shoulders.
I made you carry me. Mother hated that.
It was my pleasure, little Daphne Gentry. You're not so little or not so helpless. You never have been.
It feels wrong that I can't fix it.
Well, I wouldn't rule yourself out just yet, Mom.
Thank you, Thomas.
Yes. Well, how's your mother?
Mother is shaken, but she's my mother. So she puts on the best of your face in spite of the shock. I know something is wrong, however.
And what makes you say that?
I asked her to stay in bed, and she agreed.
Well, that is something. I must apologize for my daughter's behavior, Mom.
Do you enjoy disappointing me, Thomas?
I'm sorry.
You've heard my question.
I don't enjoy disappointment.
Then let Emma have some space here. Gilbert, in spite of his history, is a lovely lad. You two know him.
That's a tall order, Mom.
The one every father must follow. I've told you before, let Emma follow her own path. Should you retire, we'll just find someone else. And you can stay here while I run this in. Is it customary for police to just barge into people's homes?
My apologies. We're almost through with the investigation.
You have your suspect. Isn't that enough?
That's the thing. There was no way we could have acted alone.
Do you think my mother did it? Shall I have her come down?
That won't be necessary. Actually, we believe Thomas here to be the other suspect.
Excuse me.
He did follow the two men outside, didn't he?
I just followed them. They got out of my sight quickly.
Very convenient.
Swear I didn't do anything, sir.
Unfortunately, on the saw, you must come with me. You're being arrested under the suspicion of the murder of Amos Pinker and Rupert Blackwell.
This is an outrage.
I suggest you not say another word, Mr. Shaw. Oh, joy!
I need to speak with you.
Of course you do.
The case is not finished.
We have someone in custody. All signs point to him.
Let's call it a day.
You can call it what you like. I call it unfinished business. And that's your prerogative. But your services, regardless of whether you feel satisfied with this case or not, are no longer required.
On the contrary, they were never fully utilized.
You hold solved the case, Holmes. Call that a win. Don't know. Play the violin or whatever it is you do in your free time.
I must stay and help.
If it makes you feel any better, we did take your advice on the triangle.
You did?
Yes. We confiscated every single item that had the triangle symbol on it. In fact, we even found a book from Thomas's room that had the triangle symbol on it.
And you will investigate this symbol?
We'll look into it, but it really doesn't lead anywhere.
You fool! The triumvirate is the only reason this is even happening. And how do you explain these strange occurrences, some of which I even witnessed?
The book of a trick, sir. You can't believe it to be anything other than that.
Of course not. But the manner of its execution is important as to the true nature of whoever actually killed Amos Pinker.
Jacob Stewart killed Amos Pinker. Because Amos Pinker was blackmailing him. This is corroborated with several other stories. We'll look into the argument to make sure nothing was illegal there, but even if it wasn't right, everything seems to be within the law.
You don't think Jacob did this? That's what you told me.
Please, you're only encouraging.
I'm not certain. Not yet.
But you don't think he did?
No, I do not.
All signs point to Jacob. He's doomed. And Thomas here.
You're arresting Thomas? What is wrong with your mind, Lestrade?
Thomas has a chance to make this case, but he must come with me first. All signs point to Jacob Holmes. Not everything is a grand conspiracy with a secret society. I promise you.
And I promise you, Thomas, you will not be in there for long. Think about this, Lestrade.
It wasn't Jacob Stewart. Who was it?
Rupert Blackwell.
I'm sorry, who did you say?
Rupert Blackwell.
Blackwell, whose burned remains we peeled off the street, who was killed by Jacob Stewart.
Yes.
Do you have anything else to go on? Nothing. I didn't think so. As I was saying, detective, your services are no longer required. It's time for you to leave.
I have a question, Sherlock Holmes, if you don't mind.
Please, ma'am, only get him started.
Do you believe what we experienced was truly supernatural?
I do not.
Why would someone stage something like that?
I cannot claim to understand the inner workings of a madman's mind. But I do know the work of one when I see it.
What do you want about now, Holmes?
People driven by causes, Lestrade. They do not share the same motives as your average killer. They are not quick and dirty. They are drawn out and deliberate.
Did you not see Blackwell's body? They lit him on fire after removing his teeth, which I don't know what that is, but I don't care for it.
Simply means the body you have is not Rupert Blackwell.
You're the madman, Holmes.
It is Paul Miller.
That is a completely separate case.
Of course you would say that. Your rigid mind, completely impervious to creative thought.
Paul Miller is merely missing. Rupert Blackwell is dead.
Paul Miller is dead. Rupert Blackwell is not, and is responsible for Miller's death as well as Amos Pinker's.
No, you're impossible.
I try.
It doesn't matter, you're done.
He's not done.
I beg your pardon.
Do you truly believe what you say, Sherlock Holmes?
I do.
Then I'd like to hire you to investigate what really happened here. I don't
There won't be any.
You can't be serious.
This is my choice, Inspector. If you are satisfied with your work, then I believe it's you who are no longer needed here.
That is your problem now.
Stay strong, Thomas. We'll free you.
Take care of Emma for me.
Always. All right, Detective. We're back on the case. Any idea where to start?
Yes, we start with some of those books Lestrade swiped.
So, if I'm to understand what you're saying, this triumvirate, this religion, this group, that seance was a ritual to initiate their new leaders.
Not exactly.
Then I'm confused.
The triumvirate seems to follow three primary concepts.
Fitting.
The first, the worship of the numbers 1 and 3. 1 because it represents death, 3 because it represents the order of the universe.
I guess that makes some sort of sense.
And it fits with what we heard at the party.
Next concept.
The power of belief.
What does that mean?
Belief in a thing gives it power. So they rely on theatricality, a seance, a haunting. Yes, they are creating a falsehood, but in getting others to believe this falsehood, it gives it power.
That's a stretch.
Yes, but belief often relies on stretching one's mind to fit what they want to be true.
And the third concept.
The triumvirate must always have 3 leaders. And according to that book there, 3 lives must be claimed in order to seal the bond of the trio.
And they started with Amos Pinker.
Correct. But it was not only about the ritual. You remember what I was saying earlier about Blackwell and about Jacob having moved on from the triumvirate?
You said he seemed disappointed.
Yes. Well, I suspect the same was true for Amos. He and Jacob were no longer believers, and Rupert did not take kindly to this.
Rupert Blackwell was both initiating the new leaders of the triumvirate and punishing old friends whose beliefs had lacked.
It does seem that way.
One problem. Oh, no, rather, 2 problems.
What's that?
The triumvirate must always have 3 leaders. Do you know who one is? Who are the other 2, and who do they intend to kill to complete their ritual?
That we shall find out soon.
It says here that they require a temple. Do you think that's the purpose of this inn?
If so, that means that Helen and her husband are more involved than we had thought.
Is she involved? Or is she in danger? Helen seems to have little faith left in this group.
She might well be in danger. I shall have to keep an eye on the situation.
You're up to something.
Watson, don't be so dramatic.
I hope we're making progress.
In good time, I promise.
How is Mrs. Ginty?
She won't admit it, but I don't think she's doing well at all.
Would you like me to go check on her?
I'd rather spare you the verbal drubbing she'd give you.
Watson, I'm going outside.
Be careful.
Has he always been like that?
As long as I've known him.
How do you tolerate him?
His work needs to be chronicled. The world needs to know what he does. And if I didn't do it, he certainly would.
So it's true then?
What?
You brought back the detective.
I did.
Why?
I don't believe that Jacob is guilty of killing Rupert. Or Amos, for that matter.
Mother told me everything you told her. He's claiming Rupert is responsible.
I don't claim to understand his mind, but all of this just feels wrong, doesn't it?
You're going off of feelings, putting Mother through more hell.
Eve.
How selfish.
Eve.
This belongs to Mother.
That's enough.
How could you side with them?
On no sides, Eve. The fact is the police just wanted a quick resolution to the case. Sherlock intends to explore it thoroughly.
I assure you, we have no ulterior motive. We're simply interested in finding the truth.
Am I hearing this correctly? You don't think Jacob is guilty?
Sherlock does it, and where he goes, he is rarely wrong.
It just didn't feel right, so I hired him.
Oh, Daphne! Thank you so much.
Don't get your hopes up just yet. We still have to see this through.
I don't care. And I don't care about the cost. Anything. I'll cover it.
That's really not going to be a concern.
You see, Eve, you don't really want to think Jacob is guilty, do you?
No, but
See this through with us. Let's make this right.
I...
Watson, you will find that my suspicions about the shed outside were indeed correct.
Which suspicions?
That's my shed.
That's not your shed.
I work in it.
Then you will be delighted to know that there is a doorway hidden under the floorboards.
A door to what?
Alas, it was solidly locked. However, it is a piece that will help the whole become a single picture.
Did you know about this?
I had no idea.
Mother must have known, right?
Sorry to interrupt. Annie, can we speak with you?
Of course.
Thank you for being so understanding.
I wish you would have told me about the two of you before.
It wasn't.
It wasn't easy. I know. Emma, how are you? I wish there was something I could do for my father. I can't believe they think he was responsible for any of this. Well, maybe that Mr. Holmes there can help solve this problem. I hope so.
I should congratulate you both. I wish the circumstances were better.
Your mother, is she angry?
She has other things to worry about.
So you're stealing Emma from us?
Emma doesn't do anything she doesn't want.
She learns from the best.
We should have she. Oh, I guess it would be ridiculous. I'll be right back. Do you think my father will ever be happy about this?
He'll have to be.
That's not entirely reassuring.
Thomas might be troubling some suspicions, but he's a good man. Look around, I promise you. And he's going to keep the two of you together. Well, he'll be used to it eventually.
That isn't reassuring either.
He's going to see how happy you are. He just wants what's best for you.
Watson, where is the book?
Oh, Eve took it from Dr. Watson.
It was a misunderstanding. She was emotional.
I see.
Hopefully this will be enough.
Oh, let me help you.
No, I'll help.
Mr. Holmes, are you still with us?
Pardon me, like a fancy? No drink!
Is something the matter?
How much did you have?
Just a sip.
Go to the couch. Lay her down. Carefully. Keep her head up.
On it. What is it?
No sin.
Damn.
Be a lad and fetch my bag.
Gilbert, take over. Stay with us, Eve. We need you to stay calm.
All right, keep your head up. Now wait. Lay her head down, carefully.
What are you doing?
I think she'll be fine.
Oh, thank God.
What did you give her?
I would say it was simply sugar and salt, but that would be a reduction.
Oh?
How's your chemistry?
Terrible.
It was simply sugar and salt.
Good show, Watson.
What was that?
Death. There is power in death.
Of course you would try this now.
I have her.
Show yourself, coward!
I will claim her. I will claim all of you.
Your game is up, Rupert Blackwell.
Blackwell, how is that possible?
You don't mean the spirit.
Of course not.
Your time is running out. You are trapped.
Hey, what's going on here?
There is no escape.
What did you do?
I don't know. Sherlock? Sherlock!
We wait.
Shouldn't we try another door? Try to find a way out?
I suspect there is little reason.
What did this waiting do?
Gives me time to think. And time for poor Daphne here to recover.
Then I guess we wait.
How would we help?
I don't know. Just do something.
We just have to be patient. It's out of our hands now.
I agree.
Oh, how is she?
According to the doctor, she's going to be fine.
Oh, thank God.
She's conscious, but fatigued from her ordeal. That poison is meant to kill all of us. And one of us is in with the triumvirate. Was it Eve who served the tea? You're angry, but of course you are. Either you almost lost your sister, or your plans have been thwarted. If you are allied with Rupert Blackwell, perhaps you will reveal as much under accusation. And what about Gilbert? So eager to help serve the tea. Did you poison it? Are you that quick? Or did you do it before? If an argument broke out, Eve might point the finger at you. Perhaps I should provoke. The attack on us was direct. They can't be that direct again. They will have to divide us. Maybe I should spring the trap early, provide an opening, and, in the process, discover what secrets still elude me. We should discuss Rupert Blackwell and how he might be creating this theatricality.
How could you think Rupert is behind this?
I'm confused as well. How is that possible?
correctly, then he certainly had a hand in it.
Rupert, who grew up with my sister and me, who looked after us, who's like a brother to us.
Is that really any harder to believe than Jacob?
But that means one of us here poisoned my sister, doesn't it?
That is a possibility.
I'm the one who brought the tea in here.
Yes, I know. And I have kept my eye on you.
You don't trust me.
I don't trust anyone. It is important that we think this through now. The individual may still be here in the inn, and just not in plain sight.
I tried to get her to stay in bed.
What are you doing? Listen to the doctor. You still have work to do.
I have to agree with the man. You should be resting.
Have we made progress, Sherlock? Evidently, one of us must have poisoned you.
That is not exactly what I said.
Isn't it, though? Who else is here to detect it? Who else could possibly have done it? We're all trapped here, no one in, no one out. Isn't that what deduction is? Looking what you have and reducing the possibilities. It has to be one of us.
I simply mean that if we start pointing fingers, order here may break down.
Order. You're worried about order. My sister almost died. Yes, Dr. Watson saved her. Made no mistake. I'm grateful. But now you're worried about order. You throw accusations at a dead man, someone I cared about, and you casually suggest that one of us is the person who poisoned my sister. And you care about order.
It is imperative that we do nothing to put us in further danger.
Who is it then? Tell us. Tell us who did this. Or is Rupert hiding somewhere? Please, please. I have a thought. Rather than trying to pin this on Rupert, maybe look at the people we have here. Someone who doesn't have connections to the family. Like Gilbert.
What's that supposed to mean?
I brought out to you. You were insistent on helping.
I was trying to be nice.
You handed my sister the cup she drank from.
You brought it out.
Let's not jump to conclusions.
When did Gilbert have the chance to poison the tea? We were all right here.
Are you seriously suggesting I kill my own sister? It's not Gilbert. He'd never do that. Please, everyone. My mother isn't angry over her guilt. She's lost someone who's like a son to her. She almost lost a daughter. She blames herself for this.
She shouldn't blame herself.
On that note, you're absolutely right, Connie. Because this colonist here is the most obvious suspect, and you're completely overlooking him.
I don't have to take this from you.
You're here in my family's inn. You'll absolutely listen to every word I have to say. Take advantage of our hospitality and then stab us in the back. You'll be dealing with everything I can throw at you.
Listen, I want to catch the person who did this just as much as all of you. But you're emotional. No, look, your family has suffered. I get it. If you would just calm down.
Don't you dare. Don't tell me to calm down. You're done speaking. You'll listen.
I did nothing wrong.
I'll be the judge of that.
And how will you do that, huh? I'll be damned if I sit here and let you pass judgment on my brother without proof.
I didn't expect this kind of betrayal from you, Emma.
Should we step in?
Oh, let them sort it out.
It's not betrayal. Jacob, Gilbert and Emma are in love. That should be enough for you.
I'd prefer it if she didn't fall for murderers.
My brother is not a murderer.
Maybe you should open your eyes here. How do you explain all of these strange events? Do you really think it's one of us messing around to scare guests?
Your family's part of this dead Greek religion.
And only now do strange things happen.
Maybe it's real.
Don't be naive. How are you doing it, Gilbert?
I've seen things, heard things before Gilbert ever set foot here.
Like what?
Sometimes I hear things by the bookcase.
The bookcase?
You worked yourself up into imagining things, Emma. What's really going on here is Gilbert is taking advantage of us, especially you. And he committed murder, setting his
brother not up for the crime. It's not like the two of you have exactly gotten along.
Whatever our differences are, I do not hate Jacob.
Sure, I believe that.
Yes! I have found where the ship leads.
What the hell is that? Did you know about this? What did my father do?
This is how it was all done. This is how Rupert moves about the inn, how he put out the lights and does the voice where Amos was hidden before his untimely demise.
So, our inn has secret passages?
Yes!
Just as I noticed.
Absolutely.
And we never noticed.
Apparently not.
That's why I thought I saw people or movement by the bookcase. Oh, I hate to clean in here, but all this time it was a door. How?
Your parents had been built for their religion.
Not for nothing, and not to take away from the gravity of the situation, but the inn having secret passages, that's pretty exciting.
See? Someone gets it.
So, this means you must be right about Rupert, then? I don't know what to say.
No need to say anything. The important thing is that we resolve this tonight. I suspect I shall find Rupert in these passages. Watson, if you wouldn't mind watching over everyone while I explore.
Yeah, I'd prefer you not go alone.
And I would prefer one of us stay here to watch over everyone.
Do we have a plan?
I see the end point, my friend. It is just over the hill.
Are your eyes where they need to be?
Yes. You can't be serious.
If you're going alone, I am.
I see. Fine.
Wait, shouldn't it be like try to leave, get help?
Until I've accounted for Rupert, no. We cannot be sure this passage leads to the shed, or even out of the inn for that matter.
Even on, I'd prefer you not go alone.
Perhaps you are right. But who could possibly accompany me?
Oh, it's obviously me.
Gilbert!
Perhaps not as obvious as you would think.
It has to be me.
No!
I'm not a child anymore, Daphne. Watson's right. He shouldn't go down that alone.
Absolutely not.
Both of us do Rupert, better than everyone here, and you're in no condition to go.
I'm convinced. Eve, you shall accompany me.
You see, Daphne.
That can't be right. This is insane. The danger you're getting into.
I just want to do my part.
Under no circumstances are you going in there.
What if she carried the gun? Would that make you feel better?
No!
She carries the gun, and I will lead.
Are you going to control the plan, Daphne?
Don't like it.
You don't have to, because I'm going to help.
Please, please be careful.
You're sure about this?
I am.
Watson, be prepared. They are coming. The rest of you, stay together. We shall return shortly. You are certain?
Absolutely. Back to waiting.
Should have been me.
They'll be all right, won't they?
We just have to be patient.
Mrs. Gentry, did you need something?
Mother, what are you doing up? Does everything all right?
No, it isn't.
What's at all?
This wasn't how it was supposed to go.
What are you talking about? What are you doing?
Finishing the ritual. No, Dr. Watson, you come no closer.
What do we do?
Let's not make the situation any worse than it is.
Indeed, Dr. Watson. Let's make it worse than it needs to be.
Holmes was right about you.
Oh, that man thinks he's right about a lot of things, but he doesn't know everything. Rupert has always been a son to me. But to think that this was his plan and not mine, foolishness. Now, everyone, sit, please.
Yes, sit. Daphne, want him back, Jacob and Thomas would have stayed in prison, yes. But other than poor Gilbert here, the rest of you would have lived.
My brother was going to be your sacrifice?
Yes, he was going to be our third kill, to initiate all of us and bring power back to the triumvirate.
It has been dormant for 2 years. Too many members, complacent.
Sherlock Holmes, the dreadful man, he stuck around and all of you must die.
Crazy. I can't believe this.
Oh, I do, Daphne. It's always disappointed me that you weren't more involved. Oh, the secrets I had to keep from you, all the secrets.
Why?
For the cause, for the triumvirate.
You framed my husband? You're gonna kill my brother?
Yes, Jacob was someone who turned his back on the cause. And your brother here, well, he was just a simple idiot.
And it all would have gone as planned had the police not brought in that awful Sherlock Holmes.
I do have a tendency to spoil people's plans.
Welcome, Sherlock. Looks like your detective skills have come up just a bit short this time.
Oh, would you care to put that to the test?
Well, I have all the evidence you need right here. And I have you right where I want you.
And how do you know this isn't a trap for you?
A trap for me. Amusing detective. Very amusing.
They are both armed. We outnumber them, but there's still a chance of casualties. They think they have the element of surprise, but it is I who has that. But I must draw this out. Stall. So, I will do what I do best. Well, Rupert, we seem to find ourselves in quite the predicament.
Oh, do we, detective? What have you got to say to that? Eve!
I'd say that one's in trouble. Me, what are you doing? Fulfilling my destiny. My dear sister. Oh, not you. Yes. Me.
And what do you think about that, detective?
I cannot say I'm surprised.
Oh, you have no idea.
On the contrary, I suspected you rather early on.
Is that so?
Yes. You, Helen, were far too forthcoming with the idea that Jacob and Amos did not get along. Of course, you were planning to feed this information to the police, counting on them to close the case quickly. You were practically screaming about their relationship. But you were not counting on me.
Yes, you sticking around forced our hands to change. Would you bloody stop moving?
I'm working. I must move.
Oh, I'm going to kill you, Holmes.
You'll get your chance. Be patient.
Maddening!
Yes, indeed. Anyway, as I was saying, you kept pushing me, but I did not follow the clues you wanted me to. I kept asking about the triumvirate, which forced you to move your plans up. Tell me, Rupert, were you always planning to fake your death?
There's power in death, even a fake one, as long as people believe.
Ah, yes, the power of belief, one of your core tenets. And Paul Miller's body was the perfect tool to manipulate everyone. Burned, unrecognizable, and with his teeth missing so the dental records could not be traced. Of course, the police would question just a single person being responsible for all of that, so Helen sent Thomas out after Jacob and Rupert. You were going to frame poor Thomas as well. And tell me, Eve, was it you who clubbed Jacob over the head as he chased Rupert?
It was.
You did excuse yourself rather quickly. And tell me, am I correct in thinking it was you who probably killed Amos Pinker?
Absolutely.
Oh my God!
I did. I liked
doing it.
You kept him there, in the wall, until the time was right, and then led him out to be slaughtered.
It was easy at first, him being drugged, but then it started to wear off.
He did put up a fight. I tried whispering to Rupert for help.
That bastard elbowed me in the eye!
But I got him in the end. But the noises, the voice, how did they do that?
Ah! Within these passages, you will find an intricate system of ropes, pulleys, and levers. With these, one can shut and lock the doors at will. Additionally, behind the gas lights is a ventilation system. Manipulate the airflow, you can turn off the lights as you wish. Speak into them, you can make your voice heard throughout the inn. And from within the walls, it was easy enough to plant flammable material in order to burn the symbol we see above the bookcase. All in the service of theatrics.
That's all well and good, Holmes. But can we get on with this?
Yes, but there's one problem.
Oh? And what is that?
And you see, Eve is my distraction.
Come again.
You are my distraction. I'm going to use you to prevent any more death.
You gave me a gun. You idiot.
Yes, but I took the bullets out first.
No one else.
It's enough from you. From all of you. To the couch.
Come on. If you would be so kind as to help restrain these criminals.
With pleasure.
Annie, please see to your brother.
Don't move. Any of you.
What happened?
No worries, dear boy. You helped apprehend the murderers.
I did.
No.
Good show, Holmes.
Good show, Watson.
I really am quite happy for you both.
Thank you.
It's all right. It's all right. I'll get used to it. Doesn't mean I have to like it, though.
How are you feeling, Thomas?
Oh, happy to be back here. Oh, it's bittersweet.
That it is.
Are you certain of this, huh?
I am, Thomas. I am. It's good to see you both.
I'm so sorry. I didn't realize it was so bad.
Neither did I. My mother and my sister. And
That monster.
I'm glad you're free.
Anything, Nina. Anything.
I hope you don't mind a visit.
You're most welcome.
Just here to make sure Lestrade does not muck things up as he does.
I'm free.
As am I.
Thank you.
With all of our beings, thank you.
How are you holding up, Daphne?
I'm not yet enough. I'm not sure if I want to be or not.
I would encourage you not to hide from your emotions. Face it. It will be hard, but you're strong and you will overcome.
It helps seeing everyone find something.
Have you made a decision on the inn?
I have. With Thomas retiring and Emma going with Gilbert back to the States, there's little reason for me to stay in this inn. I'm selling it.
That must be hard for you.
No, it's full of what should be good memories, but can't be now. This place has a legacy to evil. No, I cannot reconcile it. I have to leave it.
Why don't you come back to the States with us?
I'll visit for the wedding, but my place is here, in my country. Besides, I won't be alone.
I shall help them, Daphne. Her family considers me a long-lost uncle.
Your family, regardless. And to you both, John Watson and Sherlock Holmes, you have my eternal thanks.
Always. Good afternoon.
Oh, look, Watson. It is that rare bird about to engage in his traditional migratory pattern known as the walk of shame.
Well, Tom knows no balance, Holmes.
Good afternoon to you, Inspector. You seem as if you have swallowed something rotten. Are you feeling ill? Shall I fetch a vicar?
Oh, I am a doctor.
No, no. His ailment requires spiritual cleansing.
Mr. Holmes, Dr. Watson, on behalf of Scotland Yard, I'm obligated to thank you for your services to the public. Staff Penitentiary, Jacob and Annie Stewart, and to Thomas Shaw, we'd like to offer our deepest apologies and hope your brief stay with us wasn't too much of an inconvenience.
Look at that, Watson. He got all of that out without sobbing. I'm impressed.
Bravo! Bravo!
We appreciate your kind words, Inspector. Until our next collaboration,
Quiet.
Another case well done, Watson.
Right you are, old boy.
What do you say we celebrate with a night on the town? What do you say to the opera?
Do you even like the opera?
I hear the singer, Irene Adler, is quite talented.
You would be bored to tears.
What are you talking about? I love the opera.
Then I would be bored to tears.
Perhaps drinks then.
You're buying.
Ha! You're the one with the steady income, sir.